Hey guys, William Hanson here with Rokslide. I'm going to be reviewing the mod Deuce by Kifaru. I have a thread started on Rokslide about it a little while ago. I figured I'd do some videos to kind of give my impressions on it, initial impressions on it anyway, and show you my loadout on, this time it'll be on elk hunting. But I have used it on turkey hunting already, and I will also be using it on whitetail and potentially bear hunting out east, if that pans out. But I will be archery hunting elk in Colorado here. It's coming up pretty quick, actually, in the next few weeks. But to start off, my initial impressions of this pack, I absolutely love this pack. And I didn't at first, which is unusual because typically my initial impressions of gear tends to stick. But after using it for a little while for scouting and training, and I've already used it for turkey hunting, and kind of playing with it a little more, it wasn't a fair initial impression. And my reasons on not caring for it at first were because I had gotten used to wing packs like the EMR2 and Fulcrum, and I really like those. So I was trying to use mod Deuce like that, and it's not designed for that. That's not how this pack is made. And it's huge. This pack is enormous. If you've never had your hands on a pack and tried to load it, that's almost 8,000 cubic inches. It's really difficult to explain. It's 7,900 inches or cubic inches with the main compartment and the side pouches and everything in total. The main compartment is 5,900 cubic inches, which is massive on its own. But then you add in all the additional pockets, and there's just a ton of room. I've got basically my full elk hunting loadout here for six days, I think. My food's not quite dialed in on that yet, but I've got a space keeper I'll show you here in a minute. They'll kind of give us an idea of the space that it will take up. And I don't have my water bladder in here, but there's really no shortage of room for it. But because of its size, there's just a lot of space. Like it doesn't really cinch down nice and tight when there's nothing in it. But the reality is I don't ever use it when there's nothing in it. There's always something in it. Why am I carrying around a bare backpack? And if I do, what do I care if it's a little floppy? But so that kind of initially gave me a bad impression of it until I started using it and realized that it doesn't matter. I was just being stupid. Whereas the EMR2 and the Fulcrum, they both cinch down very, very nicely, even empty. But again, I never used it empty, so it didn't matter. So once I started using it and started playing with it, different layouts with it, this is my favorite pack by far. It's just a phenomenal pack, and I'll get into some of the reasons why on that as we go along. But so here's my basic loadout on it and what I've got going with for elk. Right now I'm running 2 large Kifaru belt pouches on the PALS matrix on the back. This is going to be a game day decision, but I may just chuck those in the truck on the trailhead because they're really unnecessary. I just don't need the room. But I put them on there because I do like some external organization for various things I want to grab quickly, like for example, I got my inReach in here, which sometimes I keep it in here, but oftentimes I'll just keep it in my vinyl harness. Just makes sense to have it on you for your SOS button. I carry Havel on there because I always need a knife, and digiscoping stuff. I don't really have that much in there. Whatever's in there would have probably fit in a medium pretty easy, maybe even a small. And in the top one, I'll just carry, day's food or whatever. But neither of those are really necessary, and I may just get rid of them and run a clean bag instead of fussing with these. The same little weight and less to fuss with. On the outside here, I've got some climbing sticks for tethered for my tree saddle. I'm going to try out over some wallows this year. And the side pouches are absolutely huge. They're kind of difficult to explain, but I do like these pouches better than the wing pouches on the MR2 and Fulcrum. They're neater and they just fit nicer, but they are big. Like I've got my entire saddle setup in the bottom of the right side wing here, and I mean I had probably 2/3 of the pouch left, so there's just a lot of room in here. Sometimes I'll run my water bladder on the side here, on top, just to pull it out and fill it up. Sometimes it'll be strapped on the inside and the back, and I'll show you that in a minute. It just kind of depends on a few things, but I run a 4-liter MSR dromedary, I think. Then on the left side pouch, pretty self-explanatory. Got my Swarovski ATS 80. It fits in that pouch with just a ton of room left over. I could probably fit 2 of them in there. I would say pretty easily. You swapped them opposite directions. There's just a huge amount of room. For whitetail hunting or even turkey hunting when it was cold, I stuffed puffy gear in there when as needed, or cinch it down. But I'll go through turkey loadout in another video. Top pouch here. The very top pouch is just a flat pouch for maps and stuff. It's got key tabs and things, which I don't carry keys with me when I'm backpacking, so I don't know if that's necessary, but some guys will like it. And then at the top, I got my Kifaru Lost Park Parka and the full zip. I'm liking that a lot better than the quarter zip. And that's all in the pouch. Now, for the main bag here, make sure all my buckles are right there. It does have comes with 2 sets of side compression buckles. The top one here, these top buckles are, one's female, one's male, so you can pop them off of where they attach right here and right here, and you can hook them together and cinch it down really tight if you need to for whatever, carrying quarters, or I've used it that way to carry a fairly large turkey blind when I took my kid out turkey blind hunting with me. That system works really well. I did throw an additional compression strap across the middle. Oh no, it comes with 3 again. But I did throw an additional compression strap across the middle so that I could cinch it down tight when I have a lighter amount of, or a lesser amount of gear in the main bag. But it's not necessary. Now, for main bag layout. This 2 zippers, or actually 4 zippers. You can zip it up, either zip it up and only open partial side, either direction. If you just need to get into the side, which that works great for some things, or you can zip it down, big U-shaped zipper, and lay the whole flap down. I really like this layout for a number of reasons. Primary of which is it's the same exact layout as our jump bags on the ambulance, and so it's very, very familiar with me. It's the exact same layout as jump bag on the ambulance, down to these mesh pockets and everything, and so that it works very well for me because it's just forced to have it anymore. So what I use these mesh bags for things that I'm going to keep on me at all times. I've got my kill kit, some paracord, and my first aid and possibles pouch. Those never leave me, so it goes with my bag and it stays in here. Only thing that I don't keep in the first aid pouch and possibles, I'll keep a tourniquet on me because it's not going to do me much good in there. I got to get the food quick. Cook pot, and now I got a Mountain Smith LT shelter. I don't know if that's what I'm taking for sure or not, but that's what's in there. Here's a Kifaro Mega pull out. It's pretty good size. I've had 7 days food in here before. Right now it's just got like 5 mountain houses, so and they're just kind of loose. But that was just kind of to give you an idea of a place to keep her in there. They work great for food. And I've got a dry sack. Got I think spare socks, my merino, things like that. My sleeping pad. It's all in a compression sack. The dry compression sack is cinched down, pretty tight. This is the tree or the platform for saddle. Pretty small, but it fits real nicely inside. At first I was worried about strapping it, but when you got this much gear in it, it just packs tight, and you don't need to strap anything down. Then I have my UGQ quilt. This is a 0 degree, more than I'm going to need for archery season in Colorado, but that's what I decided to go with this year, just to try it out. I have not used it yet, but the quality of it seems pretty solid. I'll keep you guys posted on this, but that is pretty much it on the loadout. This is the I don't remember what they call these now, but it comes with the pack, and I just keep a few spare buckles in that. Often I don't even usually carry these in here. I was just trying it out, see if I liked it, and I'll probably take this out and just toss some buckles in the bottom of the bag or something. But that's pretty much it. I do really like this pack. If you're looking for a large pack, this is the way to go. I'm more of a one and done pack kind of guy, so I use it for everything really, and just try to make it work. For turkey hunting, I will again do another video for it, but it swallowed up all my 3 or 4 hen decoys and Jake decoy, or full tom decoy rather. No problem whatsoever. With plenty of room extra, I probably could have fit 4 or 5 extra decoys if I needed to. It also works really well if you are carrying like a pop-up blind to just not attach, not zip that up, just kind of fold it inside, like so. And then you kind of have that wing thing with the EMR and the fulcrum that I was talking about, but it allows you to just pop the pop-up blind in there, or if you have anything really bulky that you want to throw in there, just kind of like on meat shelf, it works fantastic for that. And you just throw your straps around it and you're good. Heck, you can even have your kids sitting back there, and it works just great. I've tried all that stuff. Here's where I would I would just tie my water bladder up to the inside there sometimes, and fill it from the outside. And it's got 2 ports right here one on each side to throw your hose through. Works good for that. That just depends on a couple things on what I'm doing and type of filtration and access to water and things of that nature. Okay, if you have any questions, hit me up on Rokslide. Thank you.